Peace, this is Star with the Star Blooms. I've been trying to get home so I could do this live. And I done went through so much. So I'm going to try to do it, and I hope I do it justice. Um, this is near and dear to me. So I was asked the question of, how do I know if I basically have access, like my inner child? Like, what do I do? And I wrote down so many notes, but I don't have my notes. But I didn't want the day to go by. It's 9:44. I didn't want the day to go by without sharing the message because I believe it's vital. So the first thing I would say is, in any part of like being on your healing journey, recognizing, I don't know if I said hi, this is Star with the Star Bloom, but if I didn't, there we go. Okay, my bad, y'all. But anytime you're recognizing that you're basically starting it's a self-discovery journey, going on your healing path, or leading up towards, going towards and connecting to having like a soul's mission, connecting to like your higher purpose, and reasoning here and the way in which you'll go and grow. A lot of the times we get caught up in like all of the things, and I believe it makes things so far away from us. It makes us believe that we have so much work to do. It happens. It's natural for it to be that way. We always perceive things until we experience them, and then we have the wisdom and we have the awareness, the knowledge, and then we know, and then it becomes a lot less complicated. So one, I would basically say, just learning to connect with yourself at a rate to where you aren't being submitted to external like obligations where you're trying to convince yourself of like a particular rate that you should be operating in. So the way in which the question was asked was almost at a rate of not believing that you basically have the capacity to do certain things. Confirmation burp, excuse me, y'all. You don't believe that you have the ability to do certain things because you believe that you're not connected to like your inner child. I believe that there's truth in everything. I will say, however, a lot of the times it's just remembrance and acknowledgement. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would basically start meditating. The reason why I say start meditating is because a lot of the times you're taking on things, you're operating in certain energies, you're conditioning certain rates based off of beliefs that you've never really questioned because you've just allowed them to like run rampant without giving yourself permission to dismantle things that really aren't true, that they're just like inherited beliefs based off of tradition, and how you were raised. Meditating allows you to basically get to that 0 point to where you have the opportunity to cleanse and purge away a lot of things that you may have previously conceptualized that aren't what you basically may have previously perceived. So it allows you to rid your body of a space where you don't have to be absent from the truth. You get to be present with it. In lieu of meditating, you also have the opportunity to do what I call it, which is addressing the elephant in the room. The inner child to me sometimes shows up as this giant that gets placed off to the side, that gets sometimes ignored, that gets watered down, that gets placed on the back burner due to experiences, due to responsibilities, due to life. All right, the older you get, the more you allow yourself to be at a certain rate. These birds are so loud. To be at a certain rate with yourself to where you're not really 444. Thank you, Spirit. To where you're not really allowing yourself to do the things that would give you the access and permission to connect with yourself. So once you've connected with yourself in meditation, you turn off the rate of wanting to, commune with, and you just allow yourself to be open, silent, so you can actually receive whatever communication is coming in to you. You rid yourself of the monkey mind, constantly wanting to address things externally, and allow yourself to just be at a rate where your nervous system gets to be calm. I believe then you'll basically hear the things that you've been saying to you. You'll be guided in a way to basically start to internally voyage to these certain rates within your vessel, within your being, that aligns you with certain memories that you may have forgotten. So for me, I believe that the inner child connecting is really about a rate of remembrance, going back to places that you may have forgotten about, opening up doors that you may have believed to be locked. And this could be all etheric, or it could be, physical. Your experience is going to be so unique to you that however you do it, you just have to give yourself permission and guys in a way to where you don't really have to basically force it to be anything. Don't be at a rate to where you feel like urgent to do it either, because I feel like it happens naturally. I have certain exercises that I do with my clients where I align them through meditation, through actual rates of integrating with their inner child. And it could be a little difficult at first, because some of us who basically go through the route of getting assistance to go through these steps basically have been through trauma, which is why a lot of the things have been shut off to us. Not necessarily because it's not safe, but because we basically place things to protect ourselves consciously in order for us to continue to move through life and not necessarily be weighed down with certain rates of trauma that could be living and rooted within us. So I would just say to give yourself, one, the opportunity and the permission, and know that if you've asked the question, that you're already starting the journey. Align yourself with certain rates of truth by starting to basically connect with yourself and your interests, what you like, becoming more sensitive to your being, aligning with certain rates of truth that you may have basically dismissed previously, like, your intuition, and I had more things that I wanted to share, but I don't know why. 737, I'm not really feeling called to share those at this time. But basically, just be at a rate to where you're open to it. If you do have any specific questions, please feel free to ask me, and I would be happy to share it with you. But the inner child is really, really about you basically taking the top off of a house. It allows you with the rate to where you get to be more in tune with what is happening within you and for you, without blocking out things that could actually give you the rate of experiences that you want. Sometimes it's easier to shut out that rate of you because it requires you to be at an authentic space. It requires you to be open. It requires you to be expressive, and free. And a lot of the times we have to go back and get our inner child at the places that we may be fragmented. So if you have a specific question, I could definitely answer that. But I did want to share this message in my previous, I wanted to share this answer publicly because I believe that more than one person has the question. How do you start to go on the journey of retrieving your inner child? One, meditation, meditating, aligning with yourself, being more mindful, starting to retrain your mind in ways that you've maybe had certain rates of mindset with you, and being more sensitive to your being, because the more sensitive you are to your body and how your body speaks to you, the more you start to hear the inner voice. Not necessarily the louder it gets, but the more you trust it, the more opportunities that you have to basically perceive the different rates of you and learn how to integrate them on a daily basis. Okay, I hope this message helps you. I hope that it aligns you with the truth. Whoever this message is for, may it find you when you need it, and take whatever resonates. If you don't, go back with yourself in meditation once again to confirm whether or not it's something that you actually need to perceive, or if it's even helpful. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. Peace, or good night. Good day tomorrow.